Hi guys, it's Allie. In today's video, we're going to be looking at two Native War Paints trios, as well as a couple of add-on polishes. These polishes were all sent to me for my review, but I will have links to the Native War Paints website in the description box if you're interested in purchasing. So Native War Paints has a pretty standard indie bottle. It's a cylindrical type bottle. It fits really nicely in the hands, not too big, not too small or anything. The cap is a glossy acrylic, and then the brush is pretty standard as well. It's a very common indie brush. It's a narrow brush, not too narrow, but a more narrow brush with medium density bristles. And again, it's pretty standard in terms of indies. It works just fine as far as I'm concerned. So I want to say a big congratulations to Native War Paints for celebrating 7 years. That is such a long journey, and I have many treasured Native War Paints in my Native War Paints polishes in my collection. And so thank you for those, and congratulations on 7 years. To celebrate that achievement, they have released a trio for their anniversary. And that trio is here. It's 3 Crellies filled with iridescent glitters. And each of these polishes is available on pre-order right now for $9 USD. And the regular price will be $10. Let's take a look. So first we have Iridescent Poodles. Native War Paints describes this as being filled with iridescent shifting glitters and large rainbow iridescent glitters in a pale purple Crelly base. And I would agree with that. That base is so soft and it's so lavender-ish to me. It's quite beautiful. And those iridescent glitters really do shine, particularly in bright light settings. This one, in terms of formula, was a little bit streaky and sheer on the first and second coats, and it's still slightly sheer on me in 3. If you have a more stark nail line, that's probably going to be the case. But also, I don't think the goal was necessarily opacity with this. It is soft and very dainty-like, and quite fun as well with the glitters. So I think if you're wearing it, it's because you like these types of shades and you're probably not going to mind a little bit of nail line showing. You can always layer this over another polish if you wish as well. Has a normal consistency, not too thick. Does lean a little bit on the thicker side because there's extra stuff in here, but pretty normal consistency. And I wanted to note that the glitters are not so bold that they overtake the polish. I think you can see that both in my video and in the live swatches and in the pictures. The glitters are there. You need a really bright light setting for them to really shine on the nails. But they're quite fun, and I like the fact that they don't overwhelm the polish. Now next, we have Grungy Poodles, and this one they describe as a gray Crelly base with pastel pink, purple, blue, and green glitters. There are also some black glitters in there, some larger rainbow iridescent glitters, and some shifting iridescent glitters with pink shimmer. Yes, all of that is in here. This polish is so much fun. I love the juxtaposition of like bluey, teal, black against like a lighter gray. On the first coat, this one goes on pretty sheer and also a little bit streaky, but it builds up really quickly on 2. So I do believe some people will be able to stop at 2. For me, I know I took my swatch picture to 3, but I'm not sure about the live swatch. It may have looked opaque to me in 2. I can't remember. But I think between 2 and 3 coats, this one will be opaque on most people. I really enjoyed this one. It has more sparse glitters, and I love that sparse glitter look against the gray Crelly base. I like it. And I also like, again, like the last one, this one, the glitters in here are not overwhelming. They don't take over the polish by any means. It really allows that gray base to shine through. Next, we have Loud Forest. This one is described as a minty green base with a mix of neon glitters, rainbow and shifting iridescent glitters, and a gold sparkle. In my bottle, the base looks a little bit more of like a spring green, like there's a lot of yellow in here. And those yellow tones are a little bit more pronounced, but I love it. I love it. I also wanted to note that the gold sparkle in here is in here. You have to look for it, but it is in here. This one, it was pretty sheer for me. It's a little bit streaky on 1, but very sheer on the first coat. It's still a little bit streaky and sheer on 2, and it gets to about 95% opacity in 3, but not quite completely opaque. Again, it's a Crelly. It's a lighter color. we're not expecting it to do miracles or anything. So not surprised at all that it wasn't completely opaque. On some people with a little bit less dark of a nail line, you might get opacity in 3 coats. I love this for a fun spring polish. It was great. It's not your everyday like indie base shade, I'll say. It does have cool tones in it, but those yellow tones definitely shine, and the neon glitters make this polish so much fun. Okay, next up we're looking at another trio from Native War Paints. This one is created to support MPS II Awareness. I think the other common name is Hunter syndrome, I believe. MPS II is a rare incurable disease that affects many parts of the human body and comes with many complications. I'm going to have a link discussing what MPS II is in the description box, and each of the polishes in this trio, which they are here, each of these are $12, and Native War Paints will be donating $5 from each sale, each polish sold, that is, from the trio to the Blaine brothers. Corey and Jason Blaine have 2 sons with MPS II, and there's currently a GoFundMe supporting the family going on. I'll leave the link to the GoFundMe in the description box as well if you wish to read more and donate directly. But without further ado, let's hop into these polishes. So first up, we're looking at Space Ranger, which Native War Paints describes as a neon green glitter with purple metallic glitter and a white crelly base. And that is exactly what you're getting here. You're getting these beautiful metallic, grapey like purple metallic glitters, and then these really fun, it looks like they might be matte, I'm not sure, neon green glitters. So much fun. Loved it. On the first coat, this one goes on slightly streaky and pretty sheer. On the second coat, it really builds up quickly, and I think if you use a thicker second, you can get this opaque in 2. But if not, you can always take it to 3, and it gets pretty easily opaque in 3 coats. And this polish is just so much fun. It reminds me of paint splatter. Once you get this on the nails and you build it up in a couple of coats, it's just so much fun on the nails, and I do think it would be a nice Halloween mani. Next up in the MPS II trio is Sheriff. Sheriff is described as a blue jelly with yellow, black, red, white, copper, and tan glitters, along with gold star glitters and a hint of copper flakes. This one goes on a tiny bit streaky and a little bit sheer on the first coat. On the second coat, it builds up quite nicely, but still a tiny bit sheer for me. And maybe the easiest bit streaky too on the second, but it does get opaque in 3 coats, and I really, really, really enjoyed this polish. It's so different from anything else in my collection, and it's really rare to find things that you don't already have in your collection these days. I think it wows in the bottle, but then when you see it on the nails, it's even more than that, believe it or not. So I think if you have fair skin, you're gonna love this. It's gonna, not only is the base gonna pop off of your skin tone, but then all of those additives in there are also gonna pop off of that blue, which is gonna happen no matter who's wearing it. But if you have a fairer skin tone, it's really, that blue is really gonna pop, and I think you're gonna really like it. All right, and the last polish in the MPS II Awareness trio is the namesake, MPS II Awareness. This polish is described as a purple with lots of hollow. I'm going to add, it's similar to like a Welch's grape jelly purple, and then it has this scattered holographic running throughout it. And it's a really fine dust of a hollow. It's not super, super large particles that shine a whole lot. You do have to have some direct lighting for them to really sparkle and show the rainbow. But this one has a beautiful formula. It's very smooth, it's buttery, it's very even, just slightly sheer on the first, easily opaque in 2 for most people. And I could see some people possibly needing 3 around the nail line if you have a stark nail line, but I think most people will stop easily at 2 coats. And it's a beauty. Okay, and then next up we have a flaky of the month. This one is called Magical, and Native War Paints describes this as a rainbow of transparent flakies in various shapes and sizes. And I'll add that it's a clear base with a ton of fine, transparent rainbow flakies, and it is just that. I mean, it really, really, really does glisten. These are fine though, so once again, you'll have to have direct lighting for them to have that really big wow factor, which a lot of people don't necessarily look for every nail polish that they have to be blingy. And this one is very magical, and it's going to shine on the nails, but it's just not, you know, big particles. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I would recommend wearing this over a darker polish for that reason, because the spikies are really pale and they are really fine. It's going to show up best against a darker base than it would a lighter one, but you can wear it over what you want to. I'm not here to tell you what to do. And I would just recommend one coat of this. It does have really good coverage and distribution of those spikies on the first coat. All right, and then Native War Paints issues a free monthly mini gift. And this is the gift. It is your Grape. They describe this as a mix of various purple glitters along with silver hollow micro glitter in a clear base. And this polish comes free with all purchases of $15 or more after discounts and before shipping. It's going to be automatically included with orders between March 26th and April 22nd. Again, if you're hitting that $15 minimum. And in terms of consistency and formula, this one is very sheer. It has a good consistency. It's very easy to apply, very normal. But it is sheer. It's meant to be sheer. But it gives okay coverage in 3 if you want to build it up. You can definitely have a fun nude-like with some beautiful glitters on your nails kind of manicure. But I actually recommend wearing this as a topper. I loved it over gray. I think it also looked nice over white, over a nude shade, over light purple, whatever you want to wear it with. I think it would look great. I would recommend it as a topper. All right, so those are the 8 polishes, and my favorites were, my standout favorite was definitely Sheriff, that blue with all of those really intense glitters in there. I just felt like this was so fun, so different, and I'm a blue polish girl, so of course I'm gonna love it. And then a couple of other polishes I really enjoyed were Space Ranger and Grungy Poodles. These were just so fun. I love the, you know, I love me acrylic. Okay, so I was gonna love these anyway, but they're fun with those, with the specific colors that she chose to pair with those bases. Yeah, it was really fun. So I'd love to hear which of these polishes was your favorite. Let me know that in the comment section. And since you stayed around to the end, I'd also like to hear how 2021 is going for you. I'll leave my response in a pinned post at the top. I'd love to hear how it's going for you. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one very soon, aka tomorrow. Bye.